Wax on it, why? Cause I'm sick on it. When I move, do it quick, no slow-mo. Ask Jojo fresh, polo, no popo, that's a no-no. Live life and get high, YOLO.
Right back onto you personally.
Yeah.
And the UK market. What do you feel separates you from other artists? Like, what do you feel you have that's going to help you break through to the mainstream, if that's what you want to do, or if you want to still remain slightly underground?
I think what's going to work in my benefit is I've got a couple of things going on that can all kind of work together. So obviously it's the image with the tattoos. There's the fact that I'm different, so my accent's different. I haven't got like a London or Birmingham accent. Kind of well-spoken accent, but when you hear it on the raps, it's kind of different.
I was gonna say you do sound very well-spoken, which is
articulated.
Quite refreshing. You know, when someone ain't faking it, because I mean, you got a few artists who they're really intelligent, but they will downplay it because they think that's what the market needs. Or
for me, since I've come here, that's been I call it a USP, a unique selling point. That's what I call it. So it's a mixture of the intelligence, it's a mixture of the look, and obviously the music, which speaks for itself. And I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet. I'm trying to explain my package. I like to incorporate all these things to sort of get ahead.
The fact that you're being yourself, I think that says compared to some people out there. So
man,
definitely have to respect that. So I mean, with regards to your journey so far, what do you feel you've achieved?
Do you know what? Like every year, I look back on the year that's gone, and I make sure every year that I've achieved more than I have the year before. So that's something that's constantly evolving, man. Like, if I'd thought a year ago you're going to be living in London, you're going to be signed to a label in California, you're going to be releasing a single, you're going to be going back out to LA for a week or so. I never thought any of these things could happen.
Difficult journey.
Yeah, man. I left home at 15, man. I left home like 2 weeks after I finished school. My birthday's in July. So, you know, in year 11 you kind of finish school around May, June time. I just left home, bro. I was out. No, I just had the clothes on that I had because my parents didn't believe in my dreams, so I believed in it. I believed in it.
So you just took it under your own control, just done it.
See you later, I'm gone.
I know. What do they say now?
We don't really talk, man. It's still the same situation, but they know I'm doing my thing.
You're doing it. Well, that's it. You can only prove people wrong. I think it's always good to turn a negative into a positive, so well done for that.
100%. 15,
Turn that into your own hands.
Yeah. If I look at a 15-year-old now, I'm like, jeez, man, I left young. Like, how did I survive? But yeah, man, when you've got a vision and you've got a dream, you've got to go and chase it, or else what's the point, man?
That's a positive message. Let's get to something that's more personal to you as well.
Yeah.
Tattoos, the ink.
Yeah.
It seems to be something you love. How much do you have? I'm not going to tell you like to strip off and show people.
Okay. So I've got 2 sleeves, completely done. 2 sleeves, and the whole front of my body. That's all finished. I've got one leg sleeves happening at the moment. And then I've got plans of getting my throat, and then last of all, my back. Saving the back.
Not so much tattoos, you had no face. Is that still the case?
No, I'm never going to ink my face, man.
Right,
never. So just collar, and that's it. No face, man.
No face?
No.
Okay, now I understand that, right?
No. Ink my whole body, but no face, no.
So with regards to tattoos you have on, I mean, me personally, I've got one, and I think I might have a couple more, but unlike a lot of people, I don't do, let me go get a butterfly or a Tweety bird for the sake of doing that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when someone has that many tattoos, it must have some sort of meaning and so forth. And so, like, what do they mean to you, or what do they represent?
Basically, when I decided, you know what, I'm going to go all out with tattoos, this is what I like, this is the look I like, I thought, I'm going to have to come up with a concept that isn't going to feel like it's some sort of fad or some sort of phase, you know, that isn't going to, like, 2 or 3 years' time, people are going to, where do you get all those tribal tattoos or whatever. So my tattoos, for me, they're all personal, man. My whole life's been a journey, my whole life is a story. But most of my tattoos have some sort of, I say religious, I'm not religious, I just have faith.
Yeah.
But they're kind of based around that, so a lot of angels, Jesus, God, a lot of roses. I've got a script here.
Oh, wow.
So every morning or every day, man, I look in the mirror and, you know, I have to live by what I've got tattooed on my body. I can't be one of these guys that has all the tattoos but doesn't go by what he has on himself, you know. So
that's cool.
that's kind of the concept of my tattoos, man.
So another personal aspects of your life, because I mean, leaving from such an early age to pursue your music, and then that journey that you've been on, things aren't been easy.
No.
You've managed to achieve quite a lot in that time, you know, and you also have a son.
Yeah.
And so how have you found balancing parenthood with pursuing your dreams, and also to make sure that your son is really kind of proud and sees the drive as a father has, which not many people, which I commend you for that, because I feel like a lot of men kind of always, if they had a son or a child, they leave the woman and it's like, you raise the child and they go gallivanting and stuff like that. But
yeah,
you've got so much on, and yet still you manage to maintain. So how you found that?
Just have faith, man. Just have to keep believing. With my son, like my son's 3 years old, so I made a promise to him, not necessarily his mum, but I made a promise to him when I saw him being born. That kind of changed my whole life, and it changed my outlook. I stopped almost living for myself, and I thought, you know what? Like, I'm responsible for bringing someone else into this world. I need to give him something. I need to give him something, and the best gift that I can give him is my music. So if I build a career with my music and I do well with my music, then I can offer him a future.
Yeah.
So he won't have to go through what I went through growing up. His life will be a little bit more easier. And I mean, ever since he's been born, he's been into my music, man. My son is into my music in a massive way. So he's my drive as well.
Yeah.
Every day I'm like, I've got to do this for my son. I've got to do this for my son, because I want to give him a better future. And my way of doing it is through music. So if I have a career in music and I do well in music, then I can offer him. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was no one when I was growing up trying to do music. There was no one saying to me, "This is how you do it. These are the kind of tracks you need to be making." Everything that you see or hear is all me, even down to my inspiration, which is my son. So
brilliant. So, how, like, your son being into your music, how would you feel if your son wanted to then turn around and be maybe a musician or a rapper? Or
it's definitely, well, his middle name's Star, so I kind of have that connotation already that he's going to be something in the future, and hopefully he'll use his name to sort of, you know, push that. But yeah, I'll definitely encourage it. I think creativity is amazing. Like, not everyone's creative, so to have a creative gene in your body, yeah, go ahead and do that.
I mean, I think I ask you more so because a lot of people, they don't find the industry to be easy. And it's almost as if, do you know what, if this is all I've gone through, I don't want my kids to experience all of this and that. Like, do you think it will be easier because you've gone through it, or you can offer better guidance if he turned around and said, yeah, I want to follow your footsteps?
If you turn around and said that, I'd hope I'd be in a position where I'd be like, look, I can help you. So I have my own label and my own situation where I can, you know, do that for my son. But if that's what he wants to do, then I'll definitely support him. If he shows a passion for it, then I'm never going to turn that away.
And so you say that's your son, your music, the fact that you took everything into your own hands from 15 because you weren't, like, your parents didn't believe in you.
No.
And so all those things kind of make for a powerful focus in terms of what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%. Man.
So what's coming ahead for you? I mean, you've got the single release, which I believe you're doing in February.
Yeah, the single "The Wait Is Over" featuring Jojo F is out on the 14th of February.
Okay. And what do you have planned in for the year coming into 2014? I know we just started. But
yeah, no, totally. Like I said earlier, I'm 10 steps ahead. So most people, when they get a distribution kind of situation or a label situation, they think that they have to put out an album. I don't have any plans in putting out an album.
Right.
Okay. My plans are, I'm just going to drop a hot single, hot video for the rest of the year.
Okay.
And that's how I'm going to generate my hype. Then, when I've done that, maybe at the end of the year, I can think about an EP or an album. But right now, it's just all about getting singles on the radio, getting your videos on MTV, Channel AKA, whatever platforms you can. It's all about single. So no one's going to buy your album until you're established.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's a fair point. And how you found building your brand and building your image? How has that been for you, and what are you doing to make sure, right, do you know what, you need to know who I am. Like, you need to get your music into certain radio stations and so forth to get that airplay. What are you doing for that?
Man, it's just, the thing is, to me, like, as Marvelous Southstar, there's so much to it, man. It's like, I wanna be able to do modelling, and if I was doing modelling, I kind of want to model my own clothing line, and then that starts off on the clothing line. So I have plans for clothing, like t-shirts, hoodies, snapbacks, that kind of thing. It's just all about finding the right time, man.
And then everything has its moment.
Everything has its moment. So in the summer, up until now, until the summer, I'm focusing on the music. In the summer, for a couple of months, I'm going to take a little bit of time off to just focus on the clothing. Hopefully going to LA will really, really inspire me to, you know, really, really pick that up as well.
Are you going to be designing that yourself, or are you just going to work in partnership with someone and collaborate?
Got a couple of options on the table at the moment, but as creative design, I'm always going to have, an oversee on that all the time. Okay. Because obviously it's going to represent me, so it's going to have, you know, it's going to be a lot of my own personal designs and feels in there.
No problem. With regards to the industry, I know it kind of, it's almost as if a gift and a curse, it offsets. You know, your face is out there, you got fans, groupies, drugs and all of this. How would you stay away from the trappings of the actual industry?
I look at the bigger picture, and then I look at all these trappings as what's the word? Distractions. Yeah, like temptations. Temptations, yeah. You know what, like, I kind of went through that phase earlier on when I was younger, and got all that out of my system, so I feel now as I'm getting older that those distractions ain't really worth that to me anymore. Do you know what I mean? I wanna have a future, I wanna have a career in music. All these little distractions, man, they ain't gonna get me to where I've got to get to, and that's exactly how I look at it every single day.
Focused. Very, very focused.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's no point in getting distracted, man, if you're trying to get somewhere.
With regards to one of your music videos that I saw, What's Going On? Yeah. You're talking about so many things that are going on not only in the world, but things that people seem to talk a lot about with Illuminati, and we're looking at war and destructions and so forth. What's your beliefs in terms of not only politics in music, but why it's become so key all of a sudden in hip hop? If someone's doing well, so that you take, say, Jay-Z. Okay. If he's doing well, it's not because he's a great entertainer or anything. It must be because he's sold his soul and has been recruited by the Illuminati and things like that. Yeah. I mean, first of all, how do you feel about that whole aspect of things?
It's not something I'm involved in. Point blank.
What made you want to address it, though? What made you want to talk about it?
Because it's real. Yeah. It's, for lack of a better word, it's relevant. Yeah. And it's pretty prominent. Okay. And for me to not address something like that with the kind of beliefs that I have, I'd be kind of blind, wouldn't I?
So, I mean, once again, with what I asked, how would you feel knowing all that you've gone through? Yeah. All the effort you've put in, and then you are now big. Yeah. You're a success to yourself. Yeah. And people would pin that down or degrade it down to you sold out to Illuminati and stuff like that. How would you?
I'm just saying it straight. Like, this is what I don't understand about these artists as well. If I wasn't a part of it and my success had come from all my hard work, I'd do an interview like this and I'd just tell the world straight, I'm not part of Illuminati, hence on my soul, this is how I've got to where I've got to. But none of these artists actually ever get on camera and actually say, you know what, all this internet talk, it needs to stop, it's not true, this isn't how I've made it into the industry. But I haven't yet ever seen one interview with someone saying no. In fact, I've seen artists saying the opposite. I've seen people saying, "Oh, I sold my soul to the devil," or laughing it off, or blah blah blah. But no one's actually ever sat down in a proper interview and said, "I haven't sold my soul, man. It's not true. It's all a load of rubbish. It's all hype. It's all blah blah blah." So until that day comes, we'll see.
So, just to quickly wrap things up, what's coming up next for yourself? I know you got the single release for The Wait Is Over. Yeah. Which is your big introduction to
Yeah.
everybody who
Yeah.
hasn't heard of you just yet. And so what else do you have going on?
Okay, well, just obviously, I'm going to be doing as many open mics as I can across London.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing a lot of showcases as well. So obviously the best way to keep up to date with what I'm doing is just to follow me on Twitter. So it's www.twitter.com/Marvelous UK. It's Marvelous UK.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess you can just keep up with everything there because you know, I'm quite hot on my tweeting, man.
No
so.
problem. Make sure that's all there, and you're on Facebook and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So my Facebook fan page is just official Marvelous Southstar, and YouTube is Southstar UK.
No problem. Are you on the Instagram? That
Yeah.
seems to be the thing at the moment.
Instagram is Marvelous Southstar UK. Oh, and SoundCloud is Marvelous Southstar.
No problem. Fantastic. So therefore, we will make sure everyone's able to keep up on that. Thank you very much. Great
Lovely.
meeting you.
Lovely, thank you very much for
Wicked
your
sitting
time,
down.
brother.
Thank you.
The wait is over. The wait is over. No more waiting for what I got for you now. Going in like I've been on a curfew. So flying sick, bird flu. Think I rhyme so quick.